All right, you guys, it's the one and only Christopher Bruce Barrington here again, coming to you with some more thoughts from the Creator, Goddess Bonkers, and some things she was teaching me. All right, basically, she's been slowly, over the last 7 years, it's been like just a really fun, very slow. It's like taking the most basic precepts of life, you know? Yep. It's like taking the most basic rules of existence, yeah, of good and bad and right and wrong and stuff like that, and basic philosophy, basic psychology, basic mathematics, basic cryptography, basic art and basic language and English and stuff like that, and just slowly playing a long drawn out game that just it's like a really simple idea. It's like real simple ideas, just slowly like fleshing out in your mind. Yeah, like it's literally like getting like it's like you guys like human you guys apparently humans, you all go to school your entire like all of high school and stuff like that. You go to school for like 12 years and you learn a ton of worthless crap. And it's like it seems like I'm learning like a handful of really cool stuff over a long drawn out period of time. So it's like it gives me one little piece of a puzzle and it gives me like 1,000 different perspectives of like good and bad and right and wrong and different scenarios and stuff like that. All right? And basically over the last week, she's been telling me how this world has, because of garbage like Jesus and the Christians, that this world has become like a disgusting, sickening domination game. Like literally, not a game in a fun sense. It's literally it's like a spiritual war to the spiritual death. Yeah, like they basically the Jesus crap or whatever, the evil filth, guide people around with like mind control crap, polluting their minds from the very age, the time they're children, polluting their minds with idiotic nonsense and filth and stupidity. So they're accepting evil, which means they're rejecting good. So they become like a vessel for filth and perversion and stupidity. And they just sit there your entire life as you're growing up, fill you and fill you and fill you with like the mathematics and stuff like that and basic English. That's not what I'm talking about. But like most of the sciences and history, social studies, whatever. That kind of stuff is just, for the most part, as far as I can tell, worthless, idiotic dribble, and most of it is all based on the perspective of the winner, like who wins writes history type thing. Yeah. But basically, like they start filling your mind, forcing you to obey them and do what evil wants, immoral people, forcing you to do what immoral people want your entire life as you're a child. So you just sit there, like from the time you're 5 years old, they start severely abusing you by being like, you have to do this, you have to go to school, you have to learn this, you have to learn that. Yeah, and just basically saying like, you obey evil. So basically you do as you're told, you don't know what's going on, you don't understand the nature of reality, so you're basically accepting evil from the time you're a child. And basically that means you're accepting filth and evil and their filth in your life, which means you're rejecting good and God, and the genuine God, not the human religious crap, but the genuine God, the genuine goodness in reality. You're just constantly rejecting as you keep assimilating most of it is worthless filth. Yeah, like you could easily get by on life with a very rudimentary understanding of mathematics and English and stuff like that. You might not have a fantastic job or career, but you could pretty much get by with communicating with people and doing basic activities. Yeah, with just the basics. Yeah, but like I said, they flood your mind with crap. So you all throughout your 12 years of education or whatever. Now, all throughout those 12 years of education, you're just polluting your mind with evil's filth. Yeah? Like most of it is just worthless filth. Just obeying and obeying and obeying. And then when you're an adult, they kick you out and say, fuck you. Get a job, support yourself, take care of yourself, be an obedient servant of evil, and sit there and spend your entire life searching for a means to get enough money to buy sex, drugs, and alcohol, to try to get back that pleasure and happiness you once had as a child that was totally free. Now, it's really sad. But basically, because of the slime bag crap like Jesus and Allah or whatever, and the evil people of this fucking world, they have corrupted mankind for apparently thousands of years and just kept making this world more and more and more into a spiritual domination game, or spiritual as in mental. Like basically your mind is your soul. All right? So spiritual warfare is actually psychological warfare, which just basically means that they bully you. They do anything they can to verbally, psychologically, and physically bully you so that you obey. And the moment you obey, evil is winning and good is losing. And your spirit is being polluted, corrupted, and killed. No? And it happens to you almost your entire life. They'll literally mind control you and pressure you and be like, you're a loser if you don't go have sex with these different people, if you don't chase down women and have a lot of fun, rubbing crotches with the hookers and stuff like that. You're a loser. But it's like, they don't teach you that these people, almost all of them as far as I can tell, are exceedingly demented, exceedingly retarded, exceedingly evil filth. So they're encouraging you to breed and experience pleasure and happiness with the most demented evil souls you could ever imagine. So they're defiling your flesh, they're defiling your soul, except it's just sickening. It's absolutely goddamn sickening. But after your body and everything and your soul has been extremely polluted, then at some point in your life, you'll start learning the truth about good and bad and right and wrong. And if that's the point, they start introducing that to you, that's when they're going for the kill shot. They've polluted and destroyed your body, your temple, polluted your body and every fiber of your existence with filth and stupidity and perversion, and then they try to fucking basically get you to knowingly and willingly submit to them, to know that they're evil filth, to know that they're garbage, but fear them anyway and let them psychologically dominate you. But the government, that's literally the government, the healthcare, the law enforcement, the judges, etc. They all sit there and knowingly and willingly attack your soul constantly to try to fucking kill it, because they're all fallen. They all fell a long time ago. Their souls are worthless, and they want to murder your soul just for amusement, for something to do. That's literally what's happening on this world, and that's what the Creator taught me. And basically, over the last couple of days, she's been telling me that these Canadians, because I was given this cryptic identity, symbolic of God and existence and everything in it, everything positive you can imagine in existence, symbolic of happiness, pleasure, love, every color, every number, every symbol, every object, every thought, every idea, every word, it all cryptically ties to my existence. So I was created to be symbolic of existence and the Creator. And basically that the Canadians have been doing since July 28th, 1976 is relentlessly, intentionally abusing me. Because in their minds, if they're basically making God in existence like their bitch, like bullying and intimidating and abusing it, if they're basically psychologically abusing and dominating this new God spirit soul without educating it or anything and just keeping it stupid and molesting it and abusing it and stuff like that, then in a way, existence itself is symbolically a source of amusement for the Canadians, because everything in reality reminds them, every thought, everything would cryptically remind them of me, the person they apparently despise and just want to use for amusement. All right? And what happens with Earth and stuff like that is that if the rest of the world accepts the Canadians and their crimes and their filth, knowing that they don't care, that they're doing it intentionally, they're not sorry, they never have been and they never will be. They're disgusting, demented perverts. They're doing all this on purpose. So if all the world knowingly and willingly accepts their crimes and forgives them, then they're basically permanently rejecting all good in existence and then being as a bitch to the Canadians and bending their knee to Canada. Yeah, for the Canadian people. And that's literally what Canada's been trying to do since the day I was created, is trying to turn humanity and dominate everyone on Earth, the creator and the universe, by turning the universe into a source of amusement for the Canadians. By like I said, having every possible thing you could ever think or imagine or see or do cryptically tied to my existence. Yeah? And then apparently what the creator did is she twisted and turned the story around and basically made it so, like, we're going to plant so many seeds of goodness on this world that these bastards are going to become the most offensive, infinitely revolting motherfuckers you could ever imagine for all eternity. All right? So apparently the Canadians became truly the most foul beings of all creation for all eternity. Every time I created a seed of truth and goodness and decency and whatever about what's going on and planted it on the internet, like I create a language arts project with the creator and planted it on like the internet 25 times, every single time I did that, the Canadians would become infinitely worse to an infinite power degree. You know, just like constantly getting incomprehensibly worse. So apparently, according to her, the Canadians became permanently plastered to the dead bottom of existence. And for the last couple of days, they have been sitting there trying to brainwash me to basically convince me that what they're now trying to do is trying to make me, or try to make me not trust anyone or anything. They're playing their opposites or antichrist game, the antichrist game. All right, which is Christ is Chris on a cross, which is what they did to me when they had my foot crushed and then put me in an operating room and strapped me onto a cross table, put needles in my wrists and then cut through my ankles and slashed me down the ribs. They literally did a modern day crucifixion on me. All right, to try to make me their Jesus character, to try to take all the filth about themselves and pile it onto me and say, no, you're Jesus. You know, we're good people. You're the Jesus character. It's like, according to what the creator showed me, she showed me a ton of equations that all these people that I've been forced to know in my life are actually the cryptic piece of shit Jesus characters. Now, all of them. Now, that's where the term pieces of shit come from. Because these people are the pieces of shit, or the pieces of Jesus. Yeah. But anyway, what she's been telling me that the Canadians are trying to do now is keep playing that opposites anti-confusion type game crap of trying to confuse their identity with her identity, their identity with my identity, just constantly trying to create so much confusion and distrust that I no longer trust anyone on this planet ever again. And that's like basically, I called out to the creator in the universe and just said, create as much psychological warfare ammunition as possible and fire at the goddamn Canadians. You know, if you could do that for me, just do it. Just keep hitting them and hitting them and hitting them with psychological warfare ammunition. And when we did that for about a week, then it was like the Canadians kicked in and were like, fuck you, and tried everything they could with their mind control crap to try to twist the story around and be like, don't trust them, don't trust them, don't trust them. You know, they know who you are. When you were in America, they could have easily said, okay, come with us. We'll start your life over somewhere else, give you a quiet piece of life, get you justice and recompense, and whatever. But they didn't, because they don't care, because they're willing participants in this. And then it goes on to say, like, look, everyone knows who you are. Everyone on Earth knows who you are. Nobody gives a shit. They're all in on this disgusting, demented ritual crap. You know? And they just sat there and kept browbeating me over and over and over again until it came to the point where it's like, you know what? These people are on the internet and everything. They're showing an awareness of what's going on in my existence. It could be a Canadian fake internet still, I don't know. Or it could be a real internet, maybe. But basically saying, like, look, these people all know who you are. All of them. And they don't care. They could help you at any point, give you citizenship somewhere else, help you get justice and recompense, and enjoy a quiet, peaceful life alone somewhere else. But they don't want you. They want to watch you hopefully be spiritually killed. Yeah? So basically what she was telling me that they've been trying to do for the last few days is basically try to create a situation where I distrust everyone on Earth. You know? Like, literally don't like and distrust everyone on Earth. And then that means that Canada is basically making it so that the rest of the world has to live with thoughts, apparently, or everyone involved in this ritual, they have to live with thoughts that myself, the creator, and all good in the universe, and every good intelligent being in the universe, can't stand any of them, and don't trust any of them, and never will. Yeah? So basically it's like, like basically putting the rest of the world and everyone involved into a situation where every possible thing they could look at and see would actually remind them of how pitiful and vile and retarded they are, and how nobody good in existence would ever like or trust any of them. No? And so it's Canada sending back an attack to the rest of the world, basically, and creating a situation, in their minds anyway, where the whole world is basically, again, becoming like the bitch to the Canadians. You know? Like Canada is creating a situation where the whole world, where they're turning existence into a bad memory into bad thoughts, and sadness or whatever, disgust, whatever, just filling people with sadness, disgust, hate, whatever. So it's like they're psychologically abusing and psychologically dominating everyone on Earth, and thus making the world like their bitch in their mind. So that's the new angle they've been apparently trying for the last several days, is trying to once again find a new way to turn the world into their bitch. You know, even though the Canadians are still infinitely worse and still inferior, they're still trying to create that idea with humanity that, like, look, even though we're the dead bottom of existence and we're permanently destroyed, no, we're going to take you all down with us. You know? And even though you won't technically be our bitch, you'll symbolically be our fucking bitch, because we're the ones destroying you. You know? And that's literally what they've been trying for the last several days. And then the creator told me, like, when I was talking about it with her, she basically said, like, or I don't know if it was her giving me those thoughts, but the only thoughts that I got were that pretty much the only thing humanity should do at this point is basically keep flipping the finger at the Canadians and saying, like, you know what? We'll play the enemy of our enemy. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Yeah? Which is not technically a friend, but it's the idea that if we work together, yeah, at least the Canadians, at least everything in reality will hopefully be a bad memory for the Canadians. And nobody will ever be their fucking bitch, except for themselves and their own children and women. Yeah? So basically what she was saying is like maybe if we could somehow convince everyone on Earth, even though they'd never be trusted, you know, at least create some sort of situation where they're all constantly reminding the Canadians of how foul, perverted, demented, deranged, crooked, and evil they are. You know, and that everything about reality is truly a story about how foul and perverted and demented they all are. Then, I don't know if it's true, but some of the thoughts I got is that maybe if there are people on Earth who do that maybe if they do it enough and keep spreading it and spreading it and spreading it, that it'll be seeds, they will literally be seeds of goodness, and just spend your life creating psychological warfare ammunition against the Canadians, you might actually become truly genuine, awesome beings in reality at some point. If you just say, you know what, I don't want to bend a knee to the Canadians. I don't even want the Canadians to think of me as their fucking bitch. You know, and basically say, screw you to the Canadians. You know? And just sit there and keep creating psychological warfare ammunition. Spread the truth about their crimes. So like everyone in the world knows, the Canadians are a bunch of filth who have basically completely ruined pretty much almost all of humanity as far as I can tell. You know? And just in some desperate attempt to turn existence into a source of amusement for themselves. You know? Like I said, even to this very moment, they're still violating my rights. It's still a form of psychological and physical abuse. You know, and like you said, you know, like verbal abuse, for example. You know, like Team Evil would say in the past that using curse words or racial slurs and insults, that's verbal abuse. No, there's another form of verbal abuse, and that's just basically like when you've horribly wronged someone, when you have horribly freaking wronged someone, and you're not sorry, and you just sit there and try to gaslight them and put on a phony nice guy routine and disregard everything they say, don't offer solutions or justice or recompense or anything, and just keep putting on smiley faces and talking about something else, that's a form of verbal abuse. You know, like when someone's talking to you and be like, you know, these people have horribly violated me. You've participated in crimes against me. And then they just ignore you and say something else. That is literally a form of verbal abuse. A form of verbal and psychological abuse, which also doubles as a form of physical abuse because it pisses you off and makes you feel miserable and angers you. and disgusts you and stuff like that. So it's literally like just by doing something like that, denying someone justice and recompense and switching the subject and trying to gaslight them, it's verbal, physical, and psychological abuse. Denying them justice and freedom and all that. Again, it's all different forms of abuse every second of every day. It's disgusting. I can't believe these people are still doing it to me every single day. Denying me my justice, denying me my freedom. When all I want, like literally, I'm at the point now where I've literally, unless the only time I could actually enjoy life on this world again is if every bit of information, every bit of entertainment I perceive, if I can somehow twist it and turn it into psychological ammunition, psychological warfare ammunition against the Canadians. Like if I hear a song, listen to the lyrics, think of some different art and some different statements, compile it together into a piece of cryptic art that's truth, logic, and common sense, cryptically tied to their own entertainment and stuff like that, with some art and stuff, was cryptically tied with some art and stuff like that to their own entertainment, then I can listen to that song and just enjoy it and laugh, because it's been turned around, it's been twisted and turned to my advantage. Even if they still think of it as something insulting and whatever, and trying to convince me that I'm making a fool of myself by enjoying the entertainment that I think has been twisted and turned. It's like, no, it really does. Based on my perspective and the creator's perspective, this story really has been twisted and turned so horribly against the Canadians that all you have to do is create cryptic entertainment, anything. Just a little bit of psychological warfare ammunition. And it's like sending a permanent FU message to the Canadians that has an eternal accumulative effect. Which means that, like, for example, like if you create a little 30-second commercial that's cryptically about, that the Canadians could easily understand is cryptically about them and their disgusting perverted crimes and how foul and retarded they are, and then you play that commercial 100 times on television, on the internet, and say 1 billion people see it, that's literally, those are like seeds of goodness that have an accumulative eternal effect of just pulverizing the Canadians beyond belief. That's literally, that's part of the spiritual warfare or the psychological warfare against evil. And even if it would take an exceedingly long period of time for your soul to become pure good again, or genuine good, or acceptable at some point, it's I would put the effort in. It's just basically say screw you to the Canadians, screw you to the Jesus character, whoever it is, the Jesus spirit, and basically say, you know what? You're the bottom feeding scum of reality. I'm not going to bend the knee to you and worship the biggest loser of existence. That's the gross thing about Christianity. That Jesus, apparently, according to the creator, the serpent, whatever, is literally the most foul being of all existence. So when Christians and other people are bending their knee to him, they're literally, it's like superior people who are better than him, kneeling before him to seek his approval, like some subservient degenerates trying to look for the approval and the love of the most foul being that ever exists. It's disgusting. Like, this is a long, drawn-out ritual that has been happening for an exceedingly long period of time. All the stuff from those old stories has been put together into a current end-time story right now. It's brutal. Every single thing about the Canadians is just, every single thing in reality seems to be a sickening story about the Canadians and their demonic, demented, disgusting ritual against me. Like, seriously, I know there's other people who were involved in this story, some of them were younger than me, some of them were older, but all of them seem to express an awareness of what's going on and try to just brush it off and hide it. Don't want to talk about it, whatever, forget about it. Even my son expressed it, fully acknowledged the design of everything and the crimes against me, but just sat there and kept trying to psychologically abuse me and treat me like garbage, so I would hopefully be symbolically as his bitch. And it was like, finally, I was like, you know what, fuck you, retard. You're a worthless piece of shit, get out of my life forever. Like, literally. Apparently, that's what the creator told me. That in this scenario, she kept sitting there feeding him with freaking knowledge of good and evil, hitting him and hitting him and hitting him and hitting him and hitting his soul over and over and over again, And he just sat there and kept saying, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And then basically she said, no, fuck you too. And put him to the dead bottom of existence right beside his mother. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know if that's true, but, I'm basically totally alone on this world right now. Yeah. I'm just, for like the Isaiah 53 thing, being smitten with disease and bruises and wounds and stuff. I don't know who's doing it or how, but it's like, I'll just suddenly get a goddamn infection somewhere, and it's like, what the hell? Like a painful infection, and then 2 minutes later, poof, it just clears up. And then poof, it comes back like evil smites me again. And then the creator's like, poof, nope, make it go away. And it's just like back and forth. It's like, it's either like the creator is doing something for a story, or there really is demented evil deities or beings on this world fighting and fighting to smite and destroy people. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, there's apparently the best thing according to the creator is for humanity to play and I know you or an enemy of my enemy is my friend type thing. Like basically saying that I personally would never trust anyone on this world ever again. It would be very hard pressed to ever trust a human ever again, unless I somehow became all-knowing and could see into their souls and know everything about them. So I'd know if they're trustworthy or not. Unless I had that ability, I would never personally trust them ever again. But with the enemy of my enemy is my friend type thing, working together to pulverize the Canadians, so nobody is ever even entertaining the idea of being a bitch to the Canadian people. And just sit there and keep hammering them with the same information and ideas over and over and over again. So no matter what they think, no matter what they say, and no matter what they do, all they will ever remember is that they are the bitch of existence itself. That they are the worst, most pathetic people to ever exist. Like what they've done to me is so foul. I don't know how they've guided me around my whole life like a mind-controlled robot. I really don't know how they've done it. If they have some sort of exotic technology that they've been hiding, or that they put some sort of tracking device in me at some point as a child, or some sort of like subliminal mind control crap, or I don't know what the hell it is, but it's basically been guiding me around my entire freaking life. Like a freaking robot. Do this, do that, do this, do that. And it's like they're stimulating your thoughts, your emotions, sensations. And just constantly doing everything it can to fucking destroy you. It's sickening. It really is goddamn sickening. But everything they've done to me and all of humanity through this ritual and trying to dominate and control the universe, that's what's so disgusting. Like, look, this confusion toward Jesus crap in the Canadians. They're literally sitting there with their moronic confusion game crap of trying to scum up the image of the creator, scum up the image of everyone and everything in the universe. They're literally sitting there saying, F you to everyone on Earth, F you to everyone in the universe, F you to the creator itself, basically trying to portray the creator as some sort of demented, retarded, deranged, pure evil, perverted psycho whore. And it's like, what the hell? Like I said, like that's all they do is constantly flood your mind with crap, so you have a hard time trusting anyone or anything. And they've been doing that for a very long period of time. It's sickening, polluting and corrupting humanity. Like there's so much entertainment on this world about like the TV show Everyone Hates Chris. It's like literally, that was literally created to basically see it to flip the finger to me. It's a story of like the lakes in northern Canada. You rotate the globe 90 degrees, and you look at the lakes in northern Alberta and Canada, and it says they're shaped like the word hell backwards. And H, the letter H, is like 8, the number 8. So you combine H and 8, which is hate, and then L is God. So it's like hate God. The word hell means hate God, which is the identity of the creator and myself, created as like a symbolic physical manifestation of the creator in the universe and stuff like that. So it's like literally like the shows and entertainment and stuff like that all throughout reality are cryptically about my soul and my existence being ritually destroyed from the moment I was born to turn all of humanity into a bunch of pathetic bitches to the Canadian people. So Canada could sit back acting like they're on the throne of God, or America shaped like a toilet bowl, the throne, No, Canada acting like they're the mind of the mind of God, and the thrones of God with their mind on the throne of God with their mind control crap. No, trashing in my existence and all of humanity and trying to psychologically subjugate the universe. Yeah, like I said, every day they try to come up with new ways of trying to brainwash and the same ideas, the same concepts over and over and over again, trying to find a way to bully and intimidate me into knowingly and willingly submitting to them, accepting their filth and stupidity, not opposing them, and and hopefully having me fall forever and destroy my mind and my soul forever, so that I'm a putrid piece of filth like them, and that reality can hopefully in some way then become another source of amusement for them. No, it's sickening. But anyway, this video is getting kind of long, so yeah, we'll talk to you another time. All right.